Am I ready for this? Oh, this feels very strange. Excuse my little light there, but I'll scoot over here. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have taken, I think I haven't uploaded in 3 weeks. I believe it's been 3 weeks. I'll fact check that. But I am here to give you guys an update on what the fuck has been going on since the last time I posted here on YouTube. I don't really plan to do any other sort of like content. I am going to be adding a lot of photos and kind of updates along this update video to make it more kind of interactive, I guess, or like interesting, other than like just seeing me speak to you guys. This is just going to be a sit down. Hopefully I can make it quick. I wrote down in my notes kind of like a timeline. Sit back, relax. Maybe this is something you put on when you're doing cardio or you're freaking getting ready for work in the morning. This is just going to be a very chatty video. So when I last uploaded, I had broken my toes, and I believe I was just easing back into the gym at that point. And then I got the flu. I do believe in the video I last posted, I talked about that disgusting flu that I got, where I lost, I think I only lost like 5 or 6 pounds, but I had already not been training. So my weight was already down about 4 pounds from when I was like last able to like move and function properly, plus another 5. So it was like 10 pounds down. So I was very, very skinny. And I can upload some photos of that along here, just kind of prefacing that with, that was my first like few rounds of some pretty serious antibiotics that I was on to get me better. I got better, I started easing myself back into the gym, and I currently work from home. I am a program coordinator for a wealth management firm, but in their IT sector. I've got a heavy IT background, I digress, but I started to notice mistreatment from the program manager that I was coordinating for, and it got really bad to the point where he was completely targeting and isolating me from things. The only sort of interaction that I would have during my days when it came to my job was I need A done at B, period. And then there was nothing else. I was pulled from all of the meetings I was involved in, all of the other projects that I was contributed to. So for me personally, and I know there's probably a lot of people out there, I mean, we spend however many hours a day at our job. I mean, what you do is a big part of you, and it's a big part of your day. And for me to feel stunted in my growth professionally and personally, and while I started to look for another job, I got cold sores for the first time. I saw a few different doctors and they all told me it was due to cold sores are super common. I had never had them before, but they said, okay, you just got very sick, and you're also under a lot of stress, not just mentally but also physically, with your body trying to heal these broken toes of yours. And then I was also in a lot of stress with my job. I started to look for other jobs, also while sitting and suffering in my empty apartment by myself, not being talked to by anyone. So not only was I dealing with like chaos in my head, I felt ugly. I mean, I still have a scar too. I had these cold sores come up, and then acne. My whole family has acne. It's been in our family forever. My brother's been on Accutane, but my skin has never been that bad to need it. I have breakouts every now and then around my cycle, and they're just like 1 or 2 here and there. I have never had acne like this before. I'm talking huge cystic pimples, and you can still see I have scars. Not only am I feeling chaos on the outside, I'm chaotic on the inside. I don't know what's gonna happen with my job. I don't know when I'm gonna compete again. I was dealing with other sort of family stuff. And now I want to put a bag over my head. Like, it was so much. And at this time, I have been seeing a psychiatrist. I've been seeing this psychiatrist for about 2 months now. Prior to that, I was just seeing a speech therapist. With the amount of trauma that I had in the work that I needed to do, I needed to switch to someone who had some specialties and some practices I wanted to try to help myself heal, and then someone that was just gonna take me from my state of overwhelming awareness to forgiveness and moving forward from trauma and trauma bonds that I had and that were manifesting in my adult life. And you know, it wasn't until, you know, I hopped on a session with her and I was explaining, you know, my job's up in the air. Everything I used to identify with is no longer tangible to me, like my competing, my looks. And then I had also found out that my lease is going to be up in September, which we thought we signed a year lease, and like, long story short, I wanted to be in a house after this. I wanted this to be my last apartment, and if anyone lives in Arizona, you know how shit the housing market is, and I was going through understanding that as well, and it was just so many things were up in the air, and I felt so hopeless. So when you seek therapy or counsel, they give you tools to not just like cope, but to like get through these sorts of states. And she had asked me, you know, what had you referred to in the past? Because I know you've been working on therapy, but like, what tools did you use to help facilitate hope and to have perspective during times like this? And I was like, holy shit, my faith. I'm not gonna fucking push this on anyone, but for me, the reason why I got this tattooed on me is because it saved me. It was the first verse that just kind of like, I don't know, it triggered something different in me when I was exploring my faith and something higher than me about 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago now, when I was in a place of rock bottom. And I was like, holy shit. She's like, lean into that this week. She's like, make that a priority. So I started to really, I woke up in the morning and I made time to sit and do my devotionals and journal and connect with my God. And I made it an absolute to not miss church on Sundays. And I know that some people are fine without going to church, but for me, just being in that house and being around those people really did a lot for me, and I slowly started to see shit manifest. I was not hearing back from anyone on jobs. I was getting these great interviews and no one was contacting me back, and so I actually reached out to the VP of my company's EPMO, which is the sector I work under, and I was like, hey, like, I'm struggling and I don't want to leave this company, but can you put me somewhere else? She's like, you know, I really appreciate you being transparent and coming to me with this instead of just leaving. She said, give me a week. You guys, within the last 2 weeks, and this is all, I guess I'm super fast forwarding you guys, he was let go. It wasn't just me. It was in the works, and she made that very clear. And she had already hired a new person to come in and take over for him. And last week I met her, and you guys, I've never felt such a dramatic shift in just I mean, it's hard for me to explain. Just holy crap, talk about a blessing. And nothing is ever gonna happen on my time. It's all on God's time. Because this woman who's now my new leader, she's just changed everything. And that has shifted into other parts of my life. My relationships now are flourishing again. I'm hitting PRs every single day in the gym. And I'm gonna show you guys some photos of, I'll insert some videos of, you know, oh gosh, I skipped a whole chunk. You know, and I made a post on this, about this on my Instagram today. Today is Tuesday, May 24th. I don't know when I'm gonna have this uploaded, but the amount of shit that I have gone through these last, I would say, since I broke my toes, which was back in April, literally a month and some change, is fucking crazy. But I woke up one morning and my toe was throbbing. It hurt like a motherfucker. And I was like, okay, so maybe I caught it on my sheets or something when I was sleeping. I went to unwrap it and it was savage. So I immediately made an appointment to see my podiatrist, and she's like, we need to take this nail off because it's pissing off everything else around it. It looks like you have a new nail already growing in, which is pushing the old nail into the corners of like your toe skin, causing infection, possibly going to cause an infection. And it was red and gooey and it was pissed off. So I remember when she told me that, I immediately started breaking down and crying. I was like, I feel like I've lost everything and now I'm losing this fucking toenail. And it's like, honestly, so it was in conjunction, this all lined up. I got my toenail taken off, and I'll fucking insert a photo of that shit here too. I'm really kind of scared to do this. It feels really weird. And honestly, I didn't really like look at it when I got it removed. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. This is one of my low moments. That you see how a second ago I'm crying and I can't breathe. It feels so fucking weird, guys. And then I pick my head up and I just start cleaning my toenailless toe again. And then I got the new boss, and it was like just this huge phase of loss, right? Lost everything I identified with, literally physically lost my toe, nail. Since then it's been growth in everything, my spirit, my mind, and even in my freaking physique. I've hit crazy PRs every single day, literally every single day, except for one last week when I was just so sore. I was kind of in this phase of just like pure surrender and hope and faith in like, I'm gonna be okay always. And I feel like, why was this happening to me, you know? And it's like, God has a way, or universe, whatever the fuck you believe in order to create a diamond, right? It starts as like this ugly rock, and it requires immense amounts of pressure and heat in order to craft it into this beautiful diamond. And it's like, I've never grown or felt this way in comfort. I've never like had this amount of not just like spiritual growth, but that really being like the essence of the change is my spirit. I poured into my spirit and my soul and like my mindfulness in here, and it started to reflect financially, professionally, relationally, physically. It just, when you invest in yourself and in your spirit and your soul and your mind, everything else I feel like follows. You've got to be good here, and no matter your circumstances, you're gonna have a positive perception of things. I still have acne scars now. I saw a dermatologist. I'm on medicine now for my skin. I have to use this topical cream that is currently drying the shit out of my skin, and it's causing cell turnover, which is pulling all of the acne that's under here out, speeding up the process of it so that my skin can heal completely. So I'm still dealing with that. My toes are still broken. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna compete. I still don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with my living situation in September. I have security in my job, and I've got security here now. So it's like, shit's still an array, like shit's still crazy, but since I'm okay here, I'm like, let's fucking go. As far as moving forward, I am still training and progressing in my lifts. No show date picked at all yet. I am not sure how I'm gonna go about this channel. Maybe I need your guys' help in that. I don't know what to do with the channel, at least, but I did want to get an update out there for you guys, and I appreciate anyone who sat and watched through this. I don't know how fucking long it's gonna be. I appreciate everyone who has given me support along this and who I've let in to see kind of some of the chaos I've been going through. And you know, it's I don't know, I'm just extremely grateful. I'm grateful for everything that's happened these last few months, or month and some change. I'm grateful for every single person who's stepped in and stepped out of my life. And I don't know, that's it. I'm gonna stop this. And yeah, thank you guys. Please remember to like and share and subscribe. I don't know if you'll share this, because it's like, if you don't know me, this isn't really fucking relevant, but maybe my story will help kind of kickstart someone in whatever it is that they're going through, or bring you someone solace who's going through something and needs to know that there's someone out there going through some shit too, but they're holding their head up high through it. Thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video. Maybe.